liking the dead. Fishing hooks with names that drop down with lines. They are dropped into the liquid like sea and set in the earth, or blown as ashes across the wind-sweeping world. Some are easy to remember and to say, while others are difficult and different to give away. Alcohol and drug took most. Cancer made up the rest, and a few were just accidents as they walked and talked or rode through the streets of their cities and states. I put them together like a tin of sardines. They were salted, and they looked so alike, just laying there, still in rows. But by hook and by the pull, they come alive again, laughing and singing and crying in a puppet dance or light show. They come to me at night, at the edge of my bed, and pull off the covers as if it were time for me to go. But in the first light, they have all fled, gone, back inside the tin, and are silent until the night creeps back in and brings them back to life again. This is a poem that I went to a launch for Cornelius Hoagland. And Cornelius wrote a book about her long dead brother who had died from an accident. And so every poem was about her brother and sort of things that they shared together. And what I did is I took a line from one of her poems. And I actually sent this to her before I ever got it published. It just got published in the Songs of San Juan and was read a few weeks ago down in California. But the title is, They Removed Their Shoes Like Children. Cornelia, we have talked about our brothers, and your line brought me back to my brother's last home in Kitsilano, across from the high school that bears the name of the old chief. I would go fresh from work and be waiting for him, and his shoes were lined up in the hall against the stair rail side wall leading to the upstairs bedrooms. They were like an army of old ants, worn and torn. Some were new and still in a box. Others had worked hard in the garden. They all had their stories, and I would stop at one and lift it up, looking at how worn the sole was, then put it down and move onto another, as it told me things about bushes outside and the tennis courts across the street. My brother would arrive and smile, take off the ones he was wearing and nod, not asking where we were going. He would have a shower and come down and select something soft and new. And we would go out the door, down the road, to eat in our favorite place on Broadway.